Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm really excited to bring you a custom tenor size Thinline John Kinnard custom ukulele. And John Kinnards are one of my personal favorites in my list of favorite ukuleles to play, sound sample, and just be able to have the luxury or privilege of being able to hold it and share this instrument with you folks. John Kinnard's instruments are masterfully built, and the sound design of the instruments is my cup of tea. It's just so. I mean, I was just playing this like literally 20 seconds ago, and just listen to this high C. So clean, so like, oh my gosh, it's like. It's so articulate. But more on the sound later. So going over some of the aesthetics of this instrument, we have Western red cedar here on the top, really nice. We have California sycamore here on the sides and in the back. Really cool, very exotic looking, and it's very pronounced, especially here on the sides. You can see a little side port right there. Very pronounced, especially when you look at the upper part of the sides right here. Very radiant comes to mind. It's really nice. It pops out at you. Really nice. And then of course you can never go wrong with this black color binding here on the sides and the back. It just makes it pop a little more, yeah, with the California sycamore and then the Western red cedar. So nice. And something I don't want to dig myself a hole or go down a rabbit hole, but essentially a Thinline, maybe some of you might be thinking, oh, if the body is smaller, that means you're gonna get a smaller sound, or if the body is half the size, you're gonna get half the sound. But I beg to differ, because when I strum a C chord, tell me not, is that not like a big sound? If you were to close your eyes, would you think that this ukulele is half the size or half the depth of a normal traditional size? No. So even with this thin body, John Kinnard still is able to get so much sound. How is he able to do it? You can go email him, ask him. But what I'm just kind of relaying the facts here is that this instrument is just, oh my god, it's not only does it sing, that A string, I love the A string. Sings like how like it's Thinline, but so kind of debunking that, like, oh, it's gonna be half the volume because it's half the size. No, you still get a very much rich, resonant, quality tone. Like, oh my gosh, this thing, it slaps. It's so good, and there's just so much depth too. Again, you would think you minus half the depth, you're not gonna have anything to play with, but it's just like, oh my gosh, this it still resonates against the body because I'm holding it towards me. I can feel the vibrations on this ukulele towards my body. Wow, this thing is so good. Another good thing about the thin body or the Thinline is that, for me personally, the reason why I like these is that, again, you're not sacrificing sound, but when it comes to playability and just ease of comfort to hold the instrument, when you have a thinner line like this, what ends up happening is that because it's closer to your body, you can kind of, in a way, keep it more snug against your body. So what that does is that if you take your arm and you try to hold this, you're able to kind of bring it closer to your body like this. And essentially when you hold it ukulele, or the way I like to hold it, I like to kind of keep it snug, keep it flat against my belly or my body, just like this. And because it's closer to my body versus, maybe you guys might be able to see it, versus doing that like from a more traditional body, what happens is that if you move it more in front to represent the body that's kind of missing because it's a Thinline, you have to kind of bring your hands more in front, and it's kind of further away from your body. So what this ends up doing is that you feel like you have to like lean your head over a little more because you're trying to see the fretboard, or your arm is just a little more in front of the ukulele, so it's just a little harder to kind of snug the instrument, versus because of the Thinline, you can hold it closer to your body and you just feel more snug with it. So in terms of ease of playing, my hands can easily wrap around versus it being more like this and then having kind of this gap over here. So it's just really nice. It's really comfortable to play. And again, just because you're sacrificing some of that body depth does not mean you're sacrificing sound quality or sound volume. And this is why I love John Kinnard's work, because this is my kind of sound. So this is a thin body or Thinline tenor size ukulele. Yeah, we have an ebony bridge, ebony fretboard with a radius fretboard. Yes, love to see that. And then an ebony headstock, and then John Kinnard's specialty Z headstock. You can kind of see you can see that. so the Z special slotted headstock, and then because of that, you can kind of arrange his tuners and that on that Z coming down. So in fact, I played a lot of John Kinnards, but I never really thought about it actually until looking at it. But because of this, you can think of the pegs that's sticking up from the headstock as that Z that kind of draws that line down, and then these holes right here represents that Z shape, just like that. So I can't believe I only noticed that right now, but really cool, very unique headstock, and really slick, really nice, very elegant looking. Satin, mahogany finish neck. And then yeah, these tuners are the planetary gold tool tuners, some of the best tuners you can put on your instrument. Super small profile in the back, but super easy and super accurate with your tuning. You don't have to turn it a lot. You can really be precise with your tuning. So yeah, this is an awesome instrument. Again, I really love the sound quality, and you know, again, sound is very subjective based on, you know, your preference and what you want to hear. But for me, I just love the clarity. The articulation is just super squeaky clean, especially on that A string. Like there's just that ping. How is it that it has that much clarity on the 15th fret? Usually when you go up an instrument, guitar, ukulele, and you go all the way past the 12th fret, you know, you're going to lose some sustain, you're going to lose some clarity, because it's just, you know, the amount of string that's ringing is very small compared to up here. So that's sustain. Like what? Even on the 15th fret. It's just so incredibly hard to get this. It's just kind of sustain. And then this vibrato, you can literally hear the sound waves. This ukulele is extremely well balanced. Again, it has depth, it has that low end response. I can feel the ukulele vibrating slightly against my body, which represents that nice oomph underneath the sound. Nice warm resonance. So again, it just sings. This is one of those instruments that forces you to play a little differently in a good way, because maybe, let's say you're playing a lower quality instrument and the sound just dies out really fast. You kind of have to play towards that and play your notes a little faster so it doesn't kind of seem as obvious. But with this, it's just like when I hold a chord, just notice how long I'm able to kind of milk each note because it's there. The ukulele is providing that sound for you to just like da. Versus playing an instrument like, or you might have to play a little faster because the sound dies out. This instrument just like, it sings. That's the best way I can put it. Whether you're doing fingerstyle or you're just playing a single chord. Even up here, let me look at this. Or beautiful. So love John Kinnard's work. If you don't own a John Kinnard, you should own a John Kinnard, because okay, here's a sound sample for you guys. Here we go. here's what this instrument will sound like with a bit. Strumming.